What if every choice you make could shape your child's entire future? From a kind student to something much darker. In Magical Princess, you're raising your daughter from childhood all the way to adulthood, and every decision, big or small, changes who she becomes. So I spent some time with it to see how the story, gameplay, and choices actually feel, and whether this is the kind of stat-raising sim you can truly get attached to. Because once her future starts taking shape, you might not expect where your choices lead. Quick heads up before we start. I'll be showing a few early moments, so there may be very minor spoilers, mostly from the beginning. Thank you to the developers for providing a review key. And as always, I'll still be sharing my honest thoughts with you. Let's start with what Magical Princess is. The game is a character-raising life sim where the story is built around one simple but emotional idea: raising your daughter and guiding her future. Magical Princess follows a widowed father, raising his child through her academy years, where everyday choices like studying, working, or spending time with others slowly shape who she becomes. While the setup feels light and cozy at first, there are moments where the story introduces darker or more serious elements, especially as you uncover hidden mysteries tied to the world. The game has this storybook feel to it, and not just because of the visuals, but also in its world building. You would have to experience it yourself, but I love the setting. Overall, the plot is easy to follow, sometimes predictable, but still engaging enough to keep me curious about how each life path plays out. Moving on, the gameplay focuses on a loop of planning your daughter's schedule and watching the results unfold. Every month, you decide how she spends her time, whether that's focusing on academics, building relationships, or exploring riskier paths. It is pretty simple and easy to get into, especially compared to similar games in the genre, which makes it more relaxing to play over long sessions. Admittedly, I've been obsessed in trying to get the different endings as much as I can. There are light combat and stats systems. At first, it can be a bit unclear or unbalanced, but as you play the game, you'll eventually get the hang of it. As you increase your daughter's stats, you'll also be able to learn skills that will help in your gameplay, from being able to do more in the academy, to increasing bonds faster, learning skills, increasing profit, and more. You won't be able to learn everything in your first gameplay, at least in my playthrough, so you would have to choose wisely, especially since there are different currencies in the game. Each one will let you purchase different things. And don't worry, they're fairly straightforward. One thing to note though is that there is a day and night cycle. I didn't fully explore the nighttime because I thought that all activities there make her morality lean to evil, but that is not the case. So, go and explore, because there's a lot of things you can do. Even at festivals, try the different choices because you'll unlock different scenarios even when you're choosing to be a bystander. There's also cooking in the game, and it helps you regulate your daughter's stress and energy levels, and even increase her stats. One thing that can be challenging though is obtaining ingredients, which can be acquired in numerous ways, but some are just dependent on RNG. Overall, I feel that the gameplay experience feels smooth, and the structure of the game makes it easy enough to progress without feeling overwhelmed. And as a stat-racing game, one of the biggest strengths of the game is its roots and replayability. With over 50 endings and many different paths, including becoming an idol, a warrior, or even a villain, you are encouraged to replay and explore different outcomes. The early parts can definitely start to feel familiar after multiple runs, but the variety in endings and the way later story elements unfold still make replaying worthwhile in my opinion. There's also a loop system where new playthroughs can reveal more of the story, which adds another layer of curiosity for players who want to see everything. The best part is that you get to select what you want to carry over in the New Game Plus. The value and which feature will depend on your renown, which can be acquired all throughout the game. Then we have the cast, which are charming and easy to remember. They are a mix of classmates, friends, and side characters that bring personality to the academy setting. I find them all memorable in their own way. And I like how you also get to see their chibis roaming around the town. And while not every character is deeply explored, I find myself getting attached, especially through the bonding moments and story scenes. What I love in this game is that the stronger their bond is, the stronger they are in combat. We've mentioned combat earlier, but it is one of the major features of the game. I am not sure if it can be fully skipped, but you will be missing out on a lot of renown and other currencies if you do skip it. Then there's you, the father. You will also have a bond with her. As you increase your bond, you will unlock different features and bonuses. And depending on your choices, you can lead her to different paths. Visually, the game stands out with its adorable cute art style and detailed CG scenes, with smooth live 2D animations that make characters feel that much more expressive. And the overall UI and presentation feels polished, even for its scale. The audio is another highlight. It has strong voice acting and fitting background music that help bring scenes to life. I like how most scenes are fully voiced, which adds more personality to the characters and makes the experience definitely feel more immersive. And if you enjoy cozy narrative game discussions like this, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I talk about farming sims, life sims, and story-rich games that are worth your time, especially the hidden ones people don't talk about enough. I find the game easy to enjoy and hard to put down, especially during the first few playthroughs. I think it's satisfying and worth the time, even for players who don't usually play visual novels. At the same time though, the simplicity, occasional lack of depth in choices, or unclear systems might not appeal to players looking for more complex gameplay. Magical Princess is best suited for players who enjoy cozy life sims, character growth, and story-driven experiences. It's especially for fans of racing sims or visual novels who want something gentle, flexible, and emotionally driven without too much pressure to play perfectly. What makes it unique is how it makes this simple, relaxing gameplay with meaningful life choices that allows you to explore different versions of your daughter's future while building a quiet but personal connection. And if Magical Princess has caught your interest, and you're wondering what other cozy farming and life sim games are worth keeping an eye on, the next video is perfect for you.